I'd like to call a meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Secretary, please call the roll.
Chairman Judd.
Here.
Commissioner Scattini.
Here.
Machado.
Here.
Meyer.
Here.
Houston.
Here.
Sanzeri.
Here.
Martinez.
Here.
And I am here.
Okay, good. Everybody's here. Verification of agenda posting.
The agenda for the Airport Advisory Commission of City Hall's to regular meeting of April 27th was posted on the bulletin board at City Hall on April 18th at 10 a.m. per Government Code Section 54954.2.
Okay, thank you. Item 5 is a consent agenda to approve the minutes of the Airport Advisory Commission meeting of March 23rd. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes. Anybody?
I make a motion or approve the minutes.
Okay. It's been moved to accept the minutes. A second?
I'll second.
I wasn't here.
You weren't here? Oh, you weren't here. I can't. Right. Okay. So that's Robbie and Fred, right? Okay. Been moved and second to accept those minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody opposed. Okay. The public input at this time is a time when anybody has anything to make comments about that is not on the agenda. If they'd like to speak now, anybody? No cards.
No cards.
Okay. No public input. Moving on to item 7 is reports. CAL FIRE repairs.
So, you see this patch right here? This picture is from very far away. That's 12 foot wide and 250 foot long, 250. So it has been completed. We milled out, which means a very large machine with a lot of teeth ate the asphalt 2 inches deep, the whole length of that. And then we went back and put in 2 inches of super asphalt to patch it. There were actual potholes forming where CAL FIRE pulls in, and it's a FOD issue, not to mention the fact that it just would get worse and worse and worse and worse. So that repair has been completed.
Is that where they turn?
Yeah.
That's all you got on that topic?
That's all I got on that.
Oh. Okay. Any questions? Comments?
That's on our bill.
Yeah, it was negligible. It was covered in the operating budget.
Our rent is negligible.
No, your rent is very important. It pays those negligible bills.
Okay. Nothing else. Moving on to item 8, old business. 8A is AIP, Runway 1331 Reconstruction Project. Phase 1 and 2.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about Phase 2. There's nothing to report on Phase 1. I guess we'll start with a little reminder of why we're doing this. This is Taxiway Delta. You can see the cracks in Taxiway Delta. And going down Taxiway Alpha here, you can see the cracks. And that's about every 12 feet. And those cracks are anywhere from 2 to 6 inches wide. And they've been known to tear tires off of aircraft. Whole scope of the airport, this was Phase 1 out here. Phase 2 is from here to here and to take care of this part of the taxiway. So where we're at today can best be seen in this picture. It was taken this morning. We are effectively complete to the edge of 2-4 right here. With all asphalt and painting. So you can see that we redid the taxiway there from Delta down to Echo. So we milled that and put a 2-inch overlay in. So the cracks are gone there. You can see where we tied into Phase 1 right here. We came down. You can see the work that occurred on 2-4. This was all intersection work that had to take place when the whole airport was closed. The asphalt thickness right here next to the runway is 13 inches deep. And that's a ramp. These are ramps that take you up over 3-1, because 3-1 is now a foot higher in the middle than it was before we started. Dean flew it this morning. In fact, with Dean's help, that's how we got these pictures. And he said he did not notice anything. He was off the ground before he got to it, but he said he didn't notice it going over it when he landed. And then, so this area needs some additional work. We're going to start paving from here south tomorrow. So I just flipped this picture around so you can see the other side. So instead of going down, now we're going up. So starting here, we're paving to here tomorrow, and then from here around the corner on Friday. So there it is, sorry. We are having to do some additional repairs down here by CAL FIRE that were not anticipated. This area from here to here was outside the project, but it just fell apart, absolutely disintegrated because of the combination of weather and traffic and stuff. And we're actually quite lucky that it did it when it did it, because it would not have made it through the CAL FIRE season the way it is, and we would have been paying a contractor to come in on an emergency basis and do that. In the past, those costs have been anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 to do a section emergency paving like that. We're getting this repaired for $20,000. So this area here needed some additional work. Another issue that we have, because at this point the project's mostly complete, so I'm thinking about putting the airport back together and handing it back to you folks that fly planes. This entrance road from here to here did not survive the project either. There are potholes out there that are literally 4 feet deep, and will swallow most cars. So we are going to have to replace this entire road on our dime, because it wasn't in good shape when we started it. We told them to drive down it. The weather did not help us at all, and that's what contributed to its rapid decline, and it just fell apart. And it wasn't built as optimally as it could have been when it was built. It's 2 inches of asphalt on top of dirt. So when we rebuild this, we're going to go ahead and put base rock. We're going to use this as base rock and put asphalt over the top. So we're going to pulverize it, use it, compact it, grade it in place, compact it, and then go ahead and put the asphalt over the top. So there will be a new entrance road here. That is going to cost $60,000.
How much?
60.
Can I ask a quick question there? My recollection was that when I was first put in, it was expected to be one side of this diagonal taxiway.
Yes.
Sounds like it really wasn't built to the specifications of a taxiway. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
so okay, and it still won't be, I guess.
Well, it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be about the same as the taxiway over here.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
I'm not anticipating having as many problems as we had
Okay.
with the new one.
Thank you.
When was it built?
When? 2002, I think.
Yeah, 2002, I believe. Yes. And I may need to talk to you about moving one aircraft that might be in the way over there by all the way at the end by Min.
Well, those big trucks are tracking over that. That's a really caved
Yeah.
in.
The other thing we found is from here, coming across, and coming across was a surprise. There was a utility crossing there, and we had to remove it because it was in the way of the project. Well, lo and behold, it dated back to World War II. My second surprise was back in World War II, they used asbestos to make conduit. That's what was there. So we're going to have to dispose of that. That's on us as well. So that combined with a few other things, all in all, at the council meeting on May 16th, I'm taking a supplemental appropriation for $150,000 to address these contingencies that we never budget for in the start because we don't pad any numbers. We just go in with what it's going to cost. There should be some project savings that we can apply to that number, so that whole $150,000 will not get spent. But until the project's done, we don't know how much, whether it's going to be $70,000 or $40,000. That's an offset. And I got to wrap this all up before the fiscal on July 1. So on the 16th, I'm going to ask the council for $150,000 to take care of the emergency paving that needs to occur for the roads and CAL FIRE. We had some other stuff we had to do over here and there and other places. And also take care of the asbestos issue out there and dispose of it properly.
Are we looking at the same contractor?
The same contractor will be doing the paving work, but we have a separate environmental contractor for the asbestos.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's that big pile of dirt on that west side where the fireworks trucks usually park?
That is remnants of the runway.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm storing it right there right now. I'm trying to budget for a project downtown where we would use that.
That's ground up asphalt?
That's ground up asphalt. There's also another pile over behind Min's Hangar. We're just stockpiling it. It's quite a valuable thing. The other thing we did, you can see it here. You see this road here, and there's a road here, and you can see the roads up here and around. When we did this project, none of that asphalt left site. It was all used to build a perimeter road that literally goes from CAL FIRE to the edge of runway 24 all the way around the perimeter of the airport. So for the first time, we actually can go along the perimeter of the airport in all weather conditions and do security checks and everything else. So that's a little added bonus this project gave us.
Has it been smoothed out a little bit?
It'll get addressed at the end. We'll address it before they leave. The trucks, it's a dirt road, and trucks make it washboard.
All right.
So this
Just
is
thought I'd
just
ask.
vehicle, right?
What?
Vehicle road?
Yes. But normally when I'm doing it, it's not too rough.
Well, that's because you're going from bump to bump to bump fast. Okay. Anything else on your report?
That's all I got for this. Oh, no, it isn't. Sorry, I forgot. So, the next steps. We need to do a little additional work here in the intersection of Charlie and 3-1. As such, we have to close 2-4 to do that. So, as you can see in this picture, we have relocated the 3-1 threshold to north of runway 24. The distance from the threshold to the end of runway is 4,030 feet, which is plenty for CAL FIRE, will not affect CAL FIRE operations. We will leave half of 2-4 available to taxi on, so people can taxi down here and start their taxi out to the threshold to take off, which is a proper procedure. And then the taxiway alpha work will be complete at that time. We'll be working in this area for probably about 2 weeks. As soon as we're done, I can get Charlie and 2-4 back open, but we're going to leave 3-1 there until we're totally done with the whole project, which is going to be sometime around the beginning of the air show dates, at which point the painters will come back and do everything and relocate. So that occurs Friday morning at 6 a.m. So 2-4 is going to close and 3-1 reopens. The new shortened 3-1. No, they both will not be closed. 2-4 is closing, 3-1's opening. The new 3-1.
So I have one comment. So the marking that you have there appears as a displaced threshold. So legitimately, you can start your takeoff roll from there, from 2-4.
But if I have people working here, That's a safety zone, so you can't start till you hit that white line.
Not the way it's marked. That's not the way it's marked. If it's a taxiway, if it's a leading taxiway, it needs to be yellow.
At
Just saying.
$1,000 a stripe. Do
I'm
you
just
want me to
saying.
go out there and paint it yellow?
No. I'm just pointing out that
I have yellow paint, but literally every one of those stripes is $1,000.
I understand that. I'm just saying. Just saying.
I'm
that-
trying to keep the employees safe as they're out there working.
No, I know, but aren't they working south of there?
They will be working right on the edge of 2-4, which is right on the edge.
Southern
of that
edge of
safety
2-4.
zone. That is correct.
So if somebody taxis,
Isn't there a barricade? Won't there be a barricade?
There will be barricades halfway across 2-4,
right,
but there's required to be an 800-foot safety zone,
that's fine.
which is where that white line is.
Well,
Okay.
okay, but somebody.
Okay. With that
we
said,
know Cal Fire will start there, and I'm just trying to say, in order to have some organization around this runway, you're probably going to want to treat that as the place where you start your takeoff roll.
with that said, there will be work continuing in here after the paving. There will be electricians out here for about a month. So it will look like the runway's all ready for me to use. There are still going to be people out there working. Please don't hurt anybody. Everybody has been great so far, and let's just continue to get through this safely. So this is where the runway is now. Okay? It'll go back down there in June.
Will the equipment be parked on?
The equipment will probably be right here where it is now.
Safety is
Once the paving's done, the equipment's out of there. They're going to 280. But the electricians won't be leaving any equipment out there.
so there'll be no night. There'll be no lights for night.
There's be no lights till June. There's like 60 or 70 boxes and signs that all have to be height adjusted because of the change in altitude of the runway.
Are we going to try close the runway at night, or just no? Okay.
No additional closers on what's going on.
Okay.
So as soon as we finish this work here, I'll get Charlie open, and I'll get 2-4 back open, and then you'll have two runways. You'll have the short 3-1 and 2-4 operating for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we'll go back to our normal configuration.
You know the lighting and the VASI on 2-4 is operational?
It should be
The
operational. at this
VASI
time,
on 2-4 was working today. Yeah.
but we need to have it turned off on Friday. Again.
Questions?
What, after the project's done, what's anticipated? Are we saying the runways are all perfect?
When this project is done, the runways have been reconstructed, and the PCI for 1331 will be 100. And I believe last time we looked at the PSCI was about 4 years ago on 624, and it was 83, I think it was. So it's probably declined a little bit. We did go out during the closure and crack fill 24 and most of the taxiways, which will extend the life of the pavement. We get a little bit of extra credit, the PCI, for that. So I'd say the PCI on the cross runway is in the 80s. So you're looking at anywhere from 10 to 15 years before you have to do a project on 2-4.
So you're saying we're good for another 15 years?
Probably.
I won't be here.
We have to slurry seal. We'll have to slurry seal probably in about 5.
The taxiway Alpha at the far north end,
Yes.
but from Echo north, still has a lot of cracks.
It does, and
Is there any plan or thoughts about when?
we will keep it in the project loop, but right now our projects are moving to other priorities, and that's the parallel Pratt taxiway on this side of the airport.
Okay. It'll be like on our CIP
It's on our,
list.
it'll be on the CIP list to fix that.
Okay.
We have the majority of them. There's a little bit left to do that we'll take care of.
There's still
during
quite a
summer.
few out there, Steve. There's still quite a few out there between Echo and Foxtrot.
Between the test patches and Echo.
Yeah.
But we'll take care of that during summer. It'll get taken care of. It just, I had to get the machine back.
What are the steel plates that make the cross there on the approach end of Alpha?
That's a test area for Tenant.
Or 8 in it?
That's correct. It's temporary.
There seems to be another question in the back.
The taxiway or the access for us out there, as far as when you close to 4 on Friday, where are we going to be able to stage? At the same place, is that 4?
Well, these folks are going to need to taxi down this side of the runway to get to the island, the fuel island. So we can't block 2-4. Same place is fine. You just it would be a little longer tow out to the 3-1. But yeah, we are done paving beyond 2-4. So once we get it cleaned up, there'll be no more paving trucks or anything in that area. All the work's going to be going on down here for the next month.
Other questions? If no more questions, we'll move on to what? One more question?
Yeah, one more question. Was not an option, once we discovered asbestos, was not an option, just conceal it, just, why did we have to dig it up?
Because it ran right through the middle of the project.
Once again, was there an option to?
No, there was no option to cover it. None.
If it was a military,
Let me ask it a different way.
why couldn't
What
we
would be the
military?
problem with covering it?
Because you couldn't treat the soil underneath it.
Oh, that was caught early on. I thought it was just now.
No. It was,
Oh, okay.
when we removed the runway to do the soil treatment, it was right there in the middle of the
Yeah, there you go.
project.
Now I get it.
So it had to get moved.
I thought it was just discovered.
Dancing around the ones that we had to leave that can do our runway lights was difficult enough than the old stuff that,
Junction boxes.
yeah. The military, we own it. We took possession of everything from the military about 20 years ago. The last thing they did was remove the bunkers, and that's all they're going to do. But I did get them to take out those buried fuel tanks. 3 of them. So.
Thank you.
Okay, if that's all, we'll move on to item 8B, which is the Air Show 2016.
Air show is rapidly approaching, shaping up. We had an air show meeting today. Everything's looking good. Everything looks like a go. The military did get deployed. Our military participation did get deployed. So as of right now, we have no military participation, and we're not anticipating any military participation. So it's unfortunate, but they do have mission requirements, and we just hope they're safe when they do it. But we sure hope the website's up and running. You can get your tickets. So I bought plenty, mine. So I encourage you to go to the website and make your ticket purchases and come out and enjoy a great show.
One question I didn't get to ask at the meeting today, will the military aircraft on the poster be removed?
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm meeting resistance. amongst my committee.
Well, if we're not going to have any military there,
I believe it should be
shouldn't
on the
it?
poster.
shouldn't have it on the poster.
That's correct.
So let me know if I can help.
Okay.
What's the actual date?
17th to 18th to 19th. So the 17th is practice day, 18th to 19th are the show.
I'm assuming June?
Yes.
It's Father's Day weekend.
I get all that assumption, but I want definitively.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? No? Okay, under old business, item 8C is 4th of July.
So things are planned to, the city is planning on doing its annual 4th of July show out at the airport this year. I think all the T's have been crossed and the I's dotted. So it's just a matter of waiting for the date to approach and being ready for them. So I'm going to be working with my staff to put together plans so that the fields are mowed and ready to go. And I'll have sweepers standing by after the show to make sure there's no fog left on the runway.
Okay. Cool. What?
The east side or west side?
At this time, I'm thinking both.
Do we have to move our things up to there?
I'm thinking we can move them towards Cal Fire.
Any other comments, questions?
I was going to ask when's the 4th?
Hmm?
When's the 4th? It's right after the 3rd of July.
You're getting a little fuzzy here, Gordon.
Old geniuses.
I'm back.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, item 8D is back to CAL FIRE again.
I have nothing to report on that. I've been busy with runway, so I haven't been working on the new base, so
No report.
no report.
Do we know when CAL FIRE is coming in?
It's supposed to be there. They're open now. They're
Correct.
staffed and open now. Last date I heard, which is kind of dated and it changes day to day, is the aircraft were supposed to be coming in May 1st.
Okay.
That's Sunday, right?
Is that still the date?
That's what we
Okay.
as of yesterday.
Okay.
You're gonna have to move some of those barriers around and let them.
Yeah.
Because they got to be able to use Alpha.
Are they going to land on that north 4,000 feet?
No, they'll probably come in. Yeah, they will be, because by Sunday, 2-4 will be closed.
You're going to have to land there.
And like I say, you're gonna have to keep Alpha available for them.
Yeah, Alpha's done. It doesn't have the paint on it.
Yeah, no, but right now, I mean, I think isn't Alpha kind of like got some barriers across it?
It is down near the ramp because
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna need
somebody
it.
decided to take off from Alpha.
But they're gonna
during
need
closure.
It's gonna need to be clear all the way to their facility, right?
We can take care of that.
Okay.
Why, what was anticipated at CAL FIRE on the agenda?
I'm trying to get a base built out there that they promised to build about 30 years ago, I think, was when we started this. So it's optimistically on there that I'm going to come and report that they're breaking ground tomorrow. But I haven't got that far. Some action I'm planning on taking when I have time is we have spoke to our local representatives, our local assemblyman, our local state senator about this on many occasions, and we've even talked to our local congressman, retiring Congressman Sam Farr, on many occasions about the importance of this. It kind of dawned on me the other day that I've been neglecting the other 75 assemblymen, congress people, and state senators that airbase serve. Just because it's based here doesn't mean they're not serving other people. So it's my plan to let those 75 people know, talk to them as much as we've talked to our local folks, because once you start getting numbers like that in the assembly, you have a voting block. And we might be able to get it going. So that's my evil little plan. I just need time to execute it.
So still no report.
Good
So
move.
no report.
Okay. All right. If no more questions on that, there's apparently no new business listed.
Question,
What's that?
let's see, on our minutes, we had trailer parking listed, but we don't have it in our
Yes.
old edition.
That's right.
Old business.
Trailer parking?
I have not a report on that at this meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Still trying to get the airport put back together.
Right. Okay. If there's nothing else, items for next agenda. Looks to be very similar to what you've got now. These same items, plus the trailer parking, I presume, or at least it should be there as a placeholder. Anybody have anything they'd like to add?
Yeah, we still won't have budget done by then, so we'll put budget in the June meeting.
Okay. All right.
Looking at this, and it says next meeting, May 25th, and then after that, June 22nd. That's the night before the crossover parade. Is that
Oh.
going to make a difference? Because usually somebody who's out here on Thursday wants the meeting on Wednesday.
Yeah, we don't meet here in June. We meet at the airport in June.
All right, but next May 25th, we will meet here.
Yes.
Okay. So, next meeting date is May 25th, 2016. There being nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Marge, motion. And Rob, Gordon, I guess, seconded, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting's adjourned.